Number 1. American sprinter Noah Lyles turned the Paris 2024 Olympics into his personal Petri dish, competing in the 200-meter final while knowingly COVID positive. Unlike Tokyo's strict bubble, Paris's relaxed COVID measures allowed Lyles to race mask-free, keeping his viral status under wraps to avoid tipping off rivals. Despite the symptoms, Lyles coughed up a bronze medal performance, proudly proclaiming his achievement in the face of adversity. While undoubtedly selfish, his decision likely resonates with many athletes willing to risk it all for Olympic glory. The plot thickened at the post-race press conference when gold medalist Letziel Tebogo was asked about becoming the face of track and field. Tebogo's response was as swift as his run. "I can't be the face of athletics because I'm not an arrogant or a loud person like Noah Lyles." In a twist of irony, Lyles' attempt to keep his condition quiet ended up making the loudest statement of all. Number 2. French swimming sensation. Leon Marchand found himself in hot water after seemingly giving Chinese coach Zhu Zheng the cold shoulder. Following his gold medal win in the 200-meter individual medley, cameras caught Marchand appearing to ignore a handshake from Zhu, who coaches bronze medalist Wang Shun. The apparent snub sent ripples through social media, but Marchand quickly dove in to clear the air. He explained that his mind was doing laps elsewhere during the moment, leading to the unintentional slight. Determined to stay afloat in the sea of good sportsmanship, Marchand apologized to Zhu, exchanged gifts, and posed for photos. This Olympic-sized gesture of goodwill helped smooth over the waters, proving that even champion swimmers can sometimes miss the mark when it comes to poolside etiquette. Number 4. In the world of Olympic judo, where post-match handshakes are a gesture of goodwill rather than a rule, Israeli athlete Baruch Shmailov faced a double dose of snubs. Tajikistan's Nurali Imomali, after besting Shmailov, opted for a victory cry of Allah Akbar instead of a handshake. Morocco's Abdurrahmane Bouchita also left Shmailov hanging after losing to him. Some speculated these cold shoulders were protests against Israel's actions in Gaza. However, the plot thickened when Emomali's next match against Japan's Hifumi Abe ended in a painful twist of fate. Abe's powerful slam dislocated Emomali's arm, leaving the Tajik athlete in tears and needing assistance off the mat. As the saying goes, what goes around comes around, or in this case, what doesn't shake hands gets shaken up. Number 5. Pride comes before a fall, they say. And world number 1 Iga Swiatek learned this lesson the hard way at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Arriving as the golden girl of tennis, Swiatek's crown slipped in a shocking loss to China's Zheng, forcing her to settle for bronze. Post-defeat, Swiatek served up a slice of humble pie, admitting she'd been playing for everyone but herself. The pressure of national expectations and gold medal dreams weighed heavily on her racket, resulting in less than A-game performance. In a candid moment, Swiatek confessed to an overconfident approach to pressure management. "I was maybe a little bit too arrogant," she admitted, vowing to work harder and embrace humility. Despite the unexpected tumble from grace, Swiatek found a silver lining in her bronze finish. She cherished playing before her Olympian father and left Paris with a renewed motivation to polish her game and her perspective. In the end, Swiatek's Olympic journey served up a valuable lesson. Even tennis royalty isn't immune to the occasional double fault. Number 6. Fresh from clinching his third Olympic gold in Paris, LeBron James found himself in a less-than-golden moment outside a chic Parisian eatery. As he exited his ride, medal gleaming, the NBA superstar gave a young fan the cold shoulder, barking, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Don't do that!" The internet, ever the judge and jury, quickly divided into Team LeBron and Team Outraged. Critics branded him a POS, drawing unflattering comparisons to other sports royalty like Novak Djokovic. One tweet lamented, "Arrogance from LeBron James. Novak Djokovic would never ever be rude to a kid." However, LeBron's loyal subjects rushed to defend their king. They argued for celebrities' right to personal space, even in public. As one supporter put it, "They are humans as well. Did he do anything wrong? No. Could he have been a little more polite? Yeah, sure." In the end, LeBron's Parisian sojourn served up a reminder that even with a fresh Olympic gold, sometimes you can't win them all in the court of public opinion. Number 7. Olympic champion Jakob Ingebrigtsen turned his 1500-meter heat into a masterclass of nonchalance, bordering on disrespect. The Norwegian phenom started the race standing upright, casually strolled out of the blocks, and willingly gave up a 20-meter lead to his competitors. For most of the race, Ingebrigtsen seemed more interested in a leisurely jog than Olympic competition. With 300 meters to go, he finally decided to join the race, effortlessly gliding past the field despite running wide. Commentators were left slack-jawed, describing his performance as superhuman and bordering on arrogance. One analyst called it the most disrespectful thing he'd seen in Olympic heats. Ingebrigtsen's tactics defied logic, deliberately putting himself in tricky positions only to breeze through them with ease. It was as if he was playing a different game altogether, one where the rules of athletics didn't apply. In the end, the 23-year-old crossed the line in third, having barely broken a sweat and leaving his rivals to wonder if they'd just witnessed a race or a one-man show. Number 8. The 100-meter freestyle at the Paris Olympics turned into a diplomatic incident with more twists than a poolside dive. China's Pan Zhanle, fresh from demolishing the field and the world record, claimed he'd been given the cold shoulder by his rivals, particularly Australia's Kyle Chalmers. Pan alleged that Chalmers had ignored his greetings and that other competitors had disrespectfully splashed water on his coach. His victory, he declared, was sweet revenge against this perceived aquatic slight. Chalmers, however, found Pan's claims as slippery as a wet pool deck. He countered that he'd given Pan a fist bump before the relays and even shared a chuckle during warm-down. The Aussie swimmer dismissed the controversy as weird, insisting there were no issues on his end. The plot thickened on the podium, where the rivals shared an awkward handshake that could have benefited from some chlorine to disinfect the tension. In the end, this Olympic soap opera proved that even in a pool full of water, things can still get heated. Number 9. The 2024 Paris Olympics tennis court turned into a verbal volleying ground when American Emma Navarro's Olympic dreams were smashed by China's Qinwen Zheng in a grueling 3-set match. But the real fireworks came after the final point. At the customary post-match handshake, Navarro reportedly served up a backhanded compliment, questioning how Zheng has a lot of fans given her on-court behavior. Navarro continued, telling her opponent that she didn't respect her as an opponent as she goes about things in a pretty cutthroat way, which she did not elaborate further. Zheng, displaying the poise of a champion, returned Navarro's serve with grace, expressing willingness to improve both as a player and a person. The 21-year-old Chinese star, while taking the high road, couldn't resist a subtle jab, suggesting Navarro's comments might be sour grapes from a losing player. As Zheng advances to the quarterfinals, this Olympic encounter proves that sometimes the most intense rallies happen after the match point. It seems in tennis, as in diplomacy, it's not just about how you play the game, but how you shake hands at the end. Like and subscribe.